Hey y'all, hello. Just finished walking on my way to pick up my mom from work real quick. I did not gym, no yoga, no lift, because I had a doctor's appointment that was during the time that I would normally lift and stuff. So I opted to not gym, but I still got in my steps, so I'm cool with it. I'm feeling good. So let me give you guys an update on the online coaching business. I told you guys I was able to go live yesterday on TikTok, no problems. Oh, and I had 2 people join Glow Up Academy yesterday, by the way, too. So, period. And then I went live again today, no issues, period. I had 2 people sign up for one-on-one Zoom call with me. And I had 2 people join Glow Up Academy. So we rolling. We had a little minor setback for a major comeback. Okay. So I'm happy. I did change up some of the things that I was saying in the live. So I don't mention anything about money no more. I just take all that out. I don't say nothing about no money, income, nothing. I don't mention money at all. I gear it now more towards building an online business. So I don't say I'm making money online anymore. I just focus on building an online business. That's how I run with it. And so far so good, no issues. So that's just how we're gonna keep playing it. But resilience. It's all about resilience, you guys. Entrepreneurship, content creation is all about resilience. Pushing through even when shit gets annoying, frustrating, just pushing through. You are going to have to develop resiliency if you don't already have it. And I believe a lot of us do. We have it in other parts of our life. Like maybe you got laid off from a job unexpectedly at some point in time in life. Well, you had resilience because you got your ass up. You went down to the unemployment office. You started putting in applications, right? And you did what you had to do when you got you a new job. You didn't sit and cry about it. You got bills to pay. You ain't got time to cry. You gotta figure some shit out. You don't have time to cry. So shit, you ain't got no choice but to get up and figure the shit out, right? Same with entrepreneurship. And that's the crazy part when people are like, I'm scared. I'm scared to start my business. It's like, how? Like, you went through scarier shit than this. I know there's something you done went through and your ass figured it out. You ain't have no choice but to figure the shit out, true or false. And you figured it out, it got done. And here we are moving forward. And that's entrepreneurship for you in a nutshell. There have been plenty of things on my journey that have not gone as planned. Okay. I have told y'all I have had platforms taken from me, profiles taken from me. Instagram back in the day when I was heavily promoting my OnlyFans, like I lost my Instagram about 3-4 times. The one that I have today, like currently, like I have been, that one had gotten taken from me. And at the time, all of my traffic was coming from that Instagram. And so you can already imagine, just like a lot of my Glow Up Academy traffic is coming from TikTok. So I've already experienced this before. So you could imagine, like I've been dealing with TikTok, that's your funnel. That's your main funnel. And when that gets taken from you, you're like, oh shit. Like, what now, right? I have not had no choice but to figure it out. And it always get figured out. And the first time that happened to me on Instagram, I'm not gonna lie, I was butthurt as hell. I think I had just hit like 50,000 followers. So I was butthurt, y'all. Tragic. I was making the most money on OnlyFans at that time. I think I was, I ain't gonna throw no dollar amounts out, but I was killing it. And when I lost that Instagram, I was devastated. Like, I was so sad. I was like, what am I do? What am I doing? I have to go back to work. Oh God, I'm about to go back to work. I was having flashbacks. I was having PTSD moments of like that job that I hate. I was like, oh God, I've got to get the job. I have to get a job. Like, I was freaking out, y'all. I was freaking the fuck out. And the crazy thing is, nothing had even happened yet. Like, people were still buying stuff on OnlyFans. It's not like once I lost my Instagram, like the whole world just shut down. No, like stuff was still moving as planned. But in my mind, I was like freaking out, thinking about the worst case scenarios. And I'm not gonna lie, when my TikTok live got restricted the first time at the beginning of the year, I started freaking out because like, oh God, oh God. But it's just what happens. Like, it just, you have no choice but to figure it out. Like, you got two types of people in this world. You got people who are gonna sink, and you got people who are gonna swim. I'm a swimmer, okay? I'm a backstroke, front stroke, I'm a doggy paddle, I'm a float, I'm gonna do what I gotta do, but I'm gonna keep swimming. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. I don't have time to cry. I don't have time. I feel like crying, being depressed, that's a luxury. That's an expensive luxury. Like, most people don't have time to sit there and cry. Like, most people, I feel like, gotta figure it out. You have to figure it out. You gotta keep going. And that's resiliency. So if you have it in one aspect of your life, you have it in all aspects of your life. You just haven't unleashed it yet. You haven't found it within. But I'm telling you, you have it. And if you really want to run your business, build your platforms, if you want to make this your butter, your bread and butter, you are going to have to get resilient. You are going to have to get creative. You are going to have to make something shake. I can't stress this enough. You don't have a choice. You really don't. You really don't. And I'm proud of myself for always being able to pivot. I do think that is a superpower of mine. Always being able to pivot, and I pivot so well. Because I'm not gonna lie. There was a time when, so you know how during COVID, people had money, yada, yada, yada. OnlyFans was popping back then. It was crazy, like, that was fast cash. But anyway, I would say like year two after COVID, so COVID was 2020. I would say like 2022-ish. I feel like, I could be wrong on the year, leave a comment, let me know, but I feel like after 2022, like, things started settling down. Like, everybody was back at work at this point. Stimulus checks had stopped. Unemployment had stopped. You know what I'm saying? Like, people were, like, the economy was starting to get tight. I think, leave a comment, let me know, what year did it, like, start slowing up? Like, people stopped spending money like they was during COVID. Like, whatever that was, right? I started to feel that shit too. I started to feel that shit too on OnlyFans. I started to feel it. I did. And whenever that period was, things was getting slow. Because before, people was just buying just to buy. Like, they would buy stuff, disappear. People would literally order, like, I ain't even into all that, but people would order custom stuff or whatever. They wouldn't even come back for the video. Like, people were just throwing money like it was nothing. But that shit died up. And so a lot of people during that time, like a lot of OnlyFans girls, they had to go back to work. Because they, I guess, I don't know these people personally, but in my mind, I'm like, if you have to go back to work, that's because you don't know how to pivot, or you're not very resilient. You're not willing to do everything it takes to figure it out. Like, even if shit gets hard, you're not gonna work harder. Like, you're just not that person. And there's no shade. I'm just telling you, like, a lot of OnlyFans girls had to go back to work because the money dried up. But I didn't have to go back to work because I'm able to pivot. I'm able to figure out what's next, right? And so during that time, I started working on my YouTube. I started losing weight, so I was starting to create that fitness content. I was getting on multiple platforms. Like, I was getting on YouTube. I was growing my Facebook now at this point. I started getting on Facebook. I didn't have a Facebook back then. So now I'm on Facebook, building the Facebook. Like, I'm really trying to figure out, okay, there's more than just OnlyFans for money. Like, all these platforms are paying. It's not just OnlyFans. So I'm taking this shit seriously. Like, now I'm on my Instagram, but I'm posting fitness content. I gave up all the OnlyFans shit because I'm like, I'm not about to be posting bikini pictures and shit just for Instagram to keep taking my account. Like, that shit is getting dead. I'm tired of that. So I started posting fitness reels. And I'm not gonna lie, like, when I first started pivoting my content, people weren't rocking with it because that's not what my audience was. Like, they wasn't A lot of them did stick around and support, but a lot of them didn't. Like, they wasn't there for that. They was there for bathing suit photos. They was, you know what I'm saying? That's what they was there for. So, but I had to pivot. I had to just endure the fact that my views are going to be low for a while. You know, my content not going to be good because I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, I'm stepping into this new space, right? This new niche. You know, I just had to accept the fact that things won't going to be perfect. I'm entering into a new realm, you know, and same with YouTube. Like, I had never been on YouTube before at that time, ever. I had been wanting a YouTube channel. Like, I had already manifested that. But now here I am making YouTube videos. I don't really know what to do for real. So I'm, you know, just playing around with it, trying to figure it out. I don't know what to post, you know? But again, I'm able to just keep going, even when things are uncomfortable, even when I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just showing up. I'm just here ready to look stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm here for it. I'm here ready to look stupid. I'm here ready to suck. And I'm just here because I know I'm not going to suck for long. I'm not going to suck for long. I know that much. One thing about Jasmine Nicole is she going to figure this shit out, okay? I'm not going to be looking stupid for long. I know that. So I'm going to just go ahead and grin and bear it. And a lot of people are not willing to do that. A lot of people are not willing to just suck. Like, you're not willing to just try something and keep trying until you get better and better and better. And that's your problem. That's why you struggle with resiliency. Because you're so worried about what other people think. I don't care. Like, my first YouTube videos was stupid as fuck. Especially when I was like, okay, I'm going to start doing gym vlogs. Y'all, if you go to my YouTube, my weight loss and fitness channel, I don't even know how people back then was watching them shits. Them shits was terrible. I already had the camera. I had invested in the camera when my money was good on OnlyFans, whatever. But I didn't have mics. I didn't have microphones. Because when I was making content, I was at home. So I didn't need mics. But here I am in the gym. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do gym content. Like, let's go. I'm going to show myself working out. Let's do it. I didn't realize how noisy it is in the gym. Like, I know, but I wasn't thinking about it from a content perspective. So I had got me some cheap little microphones off of Amazon. I think it was like $25 for some Bluetooth mics. Yo, them shits was terrible. Like, it was a whole bunch of screeching in the background. It was picking up everybody's conversations, people throwing weights. Like, the shit was crazy. Like, it was terrible. And I am not an editor, like, at all. I tried to watch YouTube videos, trying to figure out how to lower the background noise. Couldn't figure it out to this day. Still don't fucking know. So I was like, I could have just been like, well, I guess this content isn't good enough. I'm just not going to put it out. Oh, well, I tried. Or I'm just like, fuck it. I'm putting it out. And I put it out. I just put the shit out. I ain't give a fuck. I put it out regardless. And people was watching that shit. People was watching that shit. I'm like, yo. And so, because mics are expensive. Mics are expensive. Like, the mics I have now for my gym content, them shits cost me like $350. Like, them Rhodes, they are not cheap. Them shits is not cheap. But my money was tight. Like, I really, at that time, I only had enough to pay my bills. I was only making enough to pay my bills and with a couple dollars left. Like, I didn't have much, okay? Like I told you, OnlyFans was drying up, so I had to figure something out. I was not making what I used to make. So I was like, well, shit, I can't afford $350 in mics right now. Like, I got a lot of stuff that comes with running a business. I don't have it. So I just stuck with them cheap ass mics that I had on Amazon, and just what I did start doing was I changed my gym schedule. So I was going in the gym late morning, like 10 a.m. Pretty much the time I go now. I was going back then. But because it was just like a lot of people, a lot of noise, I was like, well, maybe I'll just go overnight, because the gym, nobody's really in there overnight. So I'm like, that'll work because no one's in there. So I'm not going to have to worry about people screaming across the gym, people throwing weights, getting all that background noise. That's what I started doing. I started going in the gym. I would get there about 2 o'clock in the morning. And I would leave about there about 4. So I'd be in there for 2 hours recording content, making reels, and it would be quiet. But see, I'm willing to pivot. I'm willing to do what it takes. Some people would have been like, hell nah. I ain't going to the gym to work out until 2 o'clock in the goddamn morning. Like, some people would really do that. But again, the difference between me and other people is I'm willing to do what it takes. I'm willing to get uncomfortable. If I have to, then that's just what it is. Like, Even when I started doing my TikTok lives, because I told y'all I started doing TikTok lives at the beginning of the year. I had never been on TikTok live before. Not to sell no digital products, absolutely not. So I was like, okay, I got to build this up. I got to figure out how to do this. I told you I paid my mentor. She taught me how to run my TikTok. I run it that way to this day. So what are we in, almost October? 10 months later, I'm still running the same play. Well worth the investment. I made all my money back times a lot. So when I first got started with the TikTok live, like I literally had a script. I teach my students in Glow Up Academy, write you a script, like have a script. So you can make sure you're saying what you need to say, when you need to say it, targeting pain points, connecting with your audience. It's going to take you a while to memorize it. Like now I have it memorized, so because I've ran it so much, right? So obviously you're going to have it memorized. But when you first get started, you know, you don't know. You still looking at the paper, looking at the phone, like it's a lot going on. But in order for me to get better, I was like, okay, well, she goes live once a day. She's been doing this. She's making a killing on TikTok. I haven't been doing this. This is brand new to me. I don't feel comfortable. I feel awkward. I'm trying not to read a script, even though I'm reading one. I'm going to have to be going live 3-4 times a day, every day to get comfortable. And I accepted that harsh truth. Like, if I really want to get comfortable on this, and I really want to make some money quickly, I'm going to have to be running this live 3 and 4 times a day. And guess what your girl did? I was running TikTok lives 3 and 4 times a day, every day, no day off. Even when people weren't on there, I had plenty of lives where I had 0 people. I had already had a TikTok following. It was small, like 5,000 followers, I believe, because I had started making my fitness content. So I was putting it on that TikTok, right? But TikTok algorithm is different. Like, it don't matter who's following you on TikTok. Like, that has nothing to do with your viewers on your live. People on your live, those are new eyes, people who ain't never seen you before. It's totally different. So at first I was like, I should have a couple people on. No, I ain't have nobody on my TikTok lives. Like, I would literally be talking to myself for 20-30 minutes. Ain't nobody joining that bitch. But I kept doing it. And I was like, okay, well, I'm just using this time to practice the script because ain't nobody on here. So ain't nobody gonna know I'm reading the script because ain't nobody watching. So I was literally just on the TikTok, just acting like I had a full house in there, just running my script, just talking, acting like people was there. And I was utilizing that time to perfect the script. That's what I was doing. Most people not gonna do that at all. Like, most people are not going to get on a live 4 times a day, even when nobody's on there, for an hour and a half to 2 hours. They're not gonna do it. Absolutely not. But that's the difference between me and other people. That's the difference between successful content creators and content creators who just give up. Because it's like people just not willing to do what it takes. People are not willing to just get uncomfortable and just suck it up. It's like you are not willing to do that. You want to start brand new, fresh, right off gate, and already have 10,000 people. Like, that's what you want. And if it ain't happening, then you giving up on it quick, fast, and in a hurry. And I promise you, if you carry that attitude, you will not make any money online. I promise you that. You have got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. You have got to be willing to do what most people won't do. Because if you do not have that mindset, then you not gonna make no money. Or you not gonna make money for long. You either want to sink or you want to swim. I told you, I'm trying to swim. I ain't gonna drown. Like, fuck I look like. Absolutely not. I am going to swim. So if that means I gotta get up at the crack of dawn and I'm only gonna be running off for 4 hours of sleep, well then goddamn it, I guess what the fuck we gonna have to do. Cause I ain't going back. I ain't going back to work. I ain't going back. I'm not going back. That's why God had me at that job for as long as he did. Like, I used to think, and I say this on my lives, like if y'all ever tuned into my live, like y'all have heard me say this because it's true. I literally felt like God was not listening to my prayers. I used to be so miserable at that 9 to 5, y'all. Like, I will never forget how miserable I was. Like, I'll never forget it. It's like he ingrained the misery in my head so I could never forget how miserable and depressed I was. So whenever I feel like maybe I should give up, I got that imprint, like, nah, fuck that, because you give up, you going back. What you trying to do? I'd be like, all right, I'm good. Let me go ahead and make some shake, because I'm not going back. But I feel like that's why he had me there as long as he did, because y'all, like, that was the job from hell. And don't get me wrong, I never had a job that I liked. I never had a job that I liked, okay? I don't know what it feels like to love your job. I have never experienced that before. But that job was literally the job from hell. It was the job from hell, okay? And I will never forget. And because I will never forget how miserable I was there, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to not have to go back. Not just to that job, but to any job. Like, that's why he had me there for 6 years. He had to make sure I never forget where the fuck I came from. He had to make sure I was miserable. Because if I was comfortable there, let's say I really liked that job. Let's say I liked it. I probably would still be there because I'd have no discomfort forcing me to get out, right? Or if I did leave to start a business and maybe it wasn't the best job, but maybe it wasn't like depressing, in the back of my mind, I could be like, well, this doesn't work out. I can just go back to a job. Like, you know what I'm saying? The energy would be different. I wouldn't be like, oh, no, I got to make some shake because I'm not going back to work. Because my experience wouldn't have been as bad. So I wouldn't have had something gnawing at me like, you can never come back here. You know what I'm saying? But because it was so miserable, because I was so depressed, so anxious. Y'all, I told y'all I used to drink every day. Like, that's how miserable I was. I felt trapped as hell. Because I had that experience, it's like, now I'm willing to do whatever the hell I need to do to make sure I do not go back to a 9-to-5. Like, and that's just my personality. Like, I'm gonna figure it out. Like I told y'all a few minutes ago, I'm cool with looking stupid. I'm cool with starting something brand new, never did it before, and looking like the dumbest one, because I understand that if I just keep doing it, I'm not gonna suck for long. But you're gonna have to understand, whatever you do, you're gonna have a sucking phase. You're gonna suck. Like, it is what it is. Like, just suck it up and suck. Embrace the suck. Like, it just is what it is. Embrace being uncomfortable. When you first start in a platform, you're not gonna get no views. You're gonna get 0 views for your first 50 videos. It is what it is. Just suck it up and just know, okay, my first 50 to 100 shit, maybe even 500 videos, I'm not gonna get no views. It just is what it is. But guess what? On that 1,000 video, now I'm gonna get 10 views. On that 1,000 video, now I'm gonna get 30 views. And it just is what it is. And when I post my 10,000 piece of content, then I'm gonna be hitting 20,000. It just is what it is. But again, people not willing to do that. Like, and that's what separates people who can always pivot versus people who can't. So leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. What's up? Like, what's on your mind? I would love to read what you have to say. Also, make sure you join Glow Up Academy. This is literally what I teach inside of there. Like, every lesson I done went through to get to where I am, it's all inside of there. So if you're struggling with learning how to suck, changing your mindset, getting comfortable with being uncomfortable, Glow Up Academy is the space where you're going to transform and you're going to shift your mindset and get it done. The link is in my description. Bye, guys.